Right, enough of video here. Ain't dropped a video in a bit. Gonna drop one on this one. Oleksandr Usyk's team is optimistic about the fight being agreed with in the coming days for his showdown with Anthony Joshua. A lot of people are thinking Oleksandr Usyk is gonna get stopped. I beg to differ. Drop your comments in the comment section below on what you guys think is gonna happen between Anthony Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button. Again, drop your comments. If you want to follow me on social media, hit me up at KO Boxing Vibe 1 on Twitter and Instagram, official KO Boxing Vibe. If you want to support the channel, you want to see more content, quicker live streams, more stuff, hit the PayPal link in my description and drop something for the channel. So it's come out. I've already been looking into this thing, been following the news to see whether Joshua is actually going to fight. Take on his mandatory in Oleksandr Usyk. Obviously, after the news coming about the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder arbitration thing, you know, and that in fact Tyson Fury's already officially signed for the fight. He did it live on a video in the gym, calling out Deontay Wilder, telling he's gonna smash him to pieces. And after that, you know, Oleksandr Usyk has obviously been biding his time. He's been waiting to see what's going to really happen between Tyson Fury and AJ, to see if that fight is really going to materialize into anything before he jumps into fight Joe Joyce. As I said before, the Joshua Fury fight completely fell through to the canvas, and then that left Anthony Joshua open to fulfill his mandatory and fight Oleksandr Usyk. You know, as who's the WBO mandatory, moving up from the cruiserweight division. You know, he gets special rights to fight for mandatory after holding the WBO in the cruiserweight. So Anthony Joshua, you know, to take on Oleksandr Usyk potentially. I've also seen Dillian White's name being bandied around. I've seen Luis Ortiz calling out Anthony Joshua. Surprisingly, considering he could have fought Anthony Joshua instead of Andy Ruiz, but he didn't want to take the money. Maybe he wasn't in shape, but who knows. But Oleksandr Usyk set potentially to take on Anthony Joshua. And you know, I've been going online, yeah, you guys, I don't know if it's just me, but I've been going online, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the social media. Everyone's sleeping on Usyk. Why does everyone think Usyk's like is crap? How can you think Usyk is crap? This man, yeah, let me get his picture up, fam. This man on the right here, bro. Man was a whole cruiserweight undisputed champion, Olympic gold medalist, nearly around 300 amateur fights. How can you like say that, oh, Usyk's just gonna go in there and get smashed? What the hell are you talking about? Oleksandr Usyk, you know, if you just look at paper, Oleksandr Usyk is more accomplished than Anthony Joshua. If you look at the paper, more amateur fights, more impressive amateur victories, Olympic gold medalist just like AJ, and he's already been undisputed in his weight class. So if you just look at paper, you know, he's been more successful than Anthony Joshua. Joshua's just being more successful in terms of, obviously, his division is the blue ribbon division, heavyweight division, and equally he's been Olympic champion. But if you just look for the fact that man was undisputed, gold medalist, more pedigree in terms of amateur fights, he's fought guys like Joe Joyce in the amateurs, beat Joe Joyce. It was 5-round fight, but he beat Joe Joyce. You know, so this narrative that Oleksandr Usyk can't fight big guys, man fought Joe Joyce and beat Joe Joyce. 5 rounds, but he beat Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is not a small man by any means necessary. So which is 200. Joe Joyce now 275 pounds now. Even at the time when Usyk fought, he was still tall, big guy compared to Usyk, who's like a natural kind of cruiserweight. You know. So all these guys, I'm just calling them out, sleeping on Oleksandr Usyk, acting as if he's some kind of, you know, these fans are behaving like Usyk is some kind of Kubrat Pulev. What are these fans on? Sleeping on this guy. This guy has a very good shot of beating Anthony Joshua, you know. And I beg to differ from those fans that are thinking Oleksandr Usyk has no shot of beating or in fact stopping Anthony Joshua. I'm saying it now. Oleksandr Usyk has the capability, the technical ability, the skills to stop Anthony Joshua. That's my opinion. If you guys think something else, drop your comments in the comment section below. You know, Anthony Joshua, you know, is going to have to do a lot of movement against Oleksandr Usyk. You know, Oleksandr Usyk's not going to be standing there, you know, ready to be taking your shots. The guy is perfect. He knows how to judge the distance. He knows how to get in and out of range. He knows how to switch angles on you. You know, Anthony Joshua hasn't fought a fighter like that before. He's never fought someone moving up from the cruiserweight division with the mobility and the technical skills and the boxing IQ that Oleksandr Usyk has got. You know, can Anthony Joshua go 12 rounds having to think like this on his feet, the way he's gonna have to think with Oleksandr Usyk? Can he go 12 rounds maybe having to dance around the ring tracking Oleksandr Usyk? Because people say, okay, Joshua moved around against Andy Ruiz. Joshua was moving around because he wanted to move around. Andy Ruiz doesn't have the foot speed to track Anthony Joshua down like that. Joshua was moving around because he wanted to. If Oleksandr Usyk, to catch Oleksandr Usyk, Joshua's going to have to move, because if he doesn't want to move, Usyk's not going to be there to hit just like the way Andy Ruiz was. Ruiz is going to have to be thinking on his feet. He's going to have to. There's going to be a lot of shots that's not going to land on Oleksandr Usyk. You know, so if people think people have been talking about Joshua's improved his gas tank, he's going to really need a gas tank against Oleksandr Usyk. Go ask Bellew. Did you see Tony Bellew fighting Oleksandr Usyk? How he ran out of gas? Some people are going to say Usyk's movement is not going to be as good in the heavyweight division. Don't you think he's going to be? Usyk's team is not. It's an experienced fighter. He's going to train for. Expect the best Oleksandr Usyk against Anthony Joshua. I'm expecting Oleksandr Usyk with the movement that I expect. He's going to be moving around the ring. You know, if Joshua, you saw what, as I said, what happened with Tony Bellew, looked good. You know, in the early go. Once Usyk found him out, you start to see Bellew start to get tired. And Usyk started to land his shots in quick succession, and it ended up the accumulation of shots. Bellew got stopped. If Joshua gets tired against Oleksandr Usyk, due to Oleksandr Usyk's elusiveness and mental, you know, the way his elusiveness can cause mental frustration for the people that he's fighting, having to pay attention so much, just like fighters have to pay attention against Lomachenko. There's a very good chance that Oleksandr Usyk could get to Anthony Joshua's chin and stop him. I'm telling you. If you guys think Oleksandr Usyk can't beat Anthony Joshua, you're talking absolute rubbish. He can beat Anthony Joshua, and vice versa. We haven't seen Oleksandr Usyk take the kind of power on the chin that Anthony Joshua is capable of delivering. So there's question marks for both men. Oleksandr Usyk's got question marks on his ability to take shots from big men in the form of Anthony Joshua, Fury, any of these big punchers like Deontay Wilder, even Luis Ortiz. And Anthony Joshua's got the question marks as how does he deal with someone with the elusiveness and movement and the boxing IQ and you know, just general judgment of distance that Oleksandr Usyk is capable of, you know, delivering in a fight. We haven't seen, both of these guys haven't fought the styles in professional boxing, you know. So it's a 50-50 fight, and we don't know what's going to happen. So we have to wait and see what's going to happen with this one. So I don't think people should be sleeping on Oleksandr Usyk, acting as if he's incapable of beating Anthony Joshua. And at the same time, I still believe Anthony Joshua presents a lot of dangers to Oleksandr Usyk, because we haven't seen him really be tested in the heavyweight division. Obviously, people are going to drop back to the Derek Chisora fight. I'm going to say Oleksandr Usyk didn't look good against Derek Chisora, but it's not easy to look good against Derek Chisora. Did Dillian Whyte look good against Derek Chisora? Not really. Did Joseph Parker look fantastic against Derek Chisora? Not really. These are Joseph Parker and Dillian Whyte. These are fighters that are highly ranked in the heavyweight division right now. Like Dillian Whyte, like ranked 5th or 4th in the world in the heavyweight division, and he didn't look good in that great. He obviously knocked Chisora out, but he didn't look that great against Chisora before the knockout. So why would you expect a guy coming up really fighting his first proper heavyweight fight to look good against Derek Chisora? Derek Chisora's style, it's hard to look good against that guy. He's got a work rate. He's always throwing shots. He doesn't give you time to set up count. It's very difficult with the pressure that Derek Chisora brings. You know, he's got a lot of volume and stuff like that, and he tends to wear out later in the fight before you can really turn it on against him. So it's not easy to look fantastic against Chisora. You know? So stop judging Oleksandr Usyk against his performance against Chisora. I'm telling you guys now, for these belts AJ's got, that IBO, that WBA, that IBF, these belts, IBO, these belts that AJ's got, and the WBO itself. If you think Oleksandr Usyk is not going to train proper you know, they're talking about this fight being maybe end of August, September this time. You think he's not going to put his foot down to get ready for Anthony Joshua, to watch the videos of how Anthony Joshua fights? You think they're not going to go watch the Povetkin fight? The movement that Povetkin was using against AJ and the successes that Povetkin had against Anthony Joshua in early going? Povetkin's issue was mainly that he got tired. You think Usyk's going to get tired like Povetkin? You think that Usyk is going to get tired like Povetkin? You guys, does anyone really believe that? You think he's not going to go watch the videos of how Joshua performs against movers? Obviously not movers like himself, but the movers I can think of, Povetkin is a very good one. You think Usyk's not going to go watch that video and figure out what he's going to do? Come on, man, let's be objective. This is a good fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Usyk can beat AJ. AJ can beat Usyk. And we have to wait and see what happens, man. Drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you guys think about what I've said? What do you think about Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk? Who can win this fight? You know, will Usyk become the unified champion and take on either Fury or Deontay Wilder? Or will Anthony Joshua steamroll Oleksandr Usyk like a lot of fans expect him to do and just go on to fight Fury or Deontay Wilder? Drop your comments in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to my channel, to like the video, share the video. Twitter, KO Boxing Vibe 1. Instagram, official KO Boxing Vibe. Support the channel. Hit the link, hit the PayPal link in the description. Drop something for the channel and let's see what happens, man, in this mega fight. Cool.